This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about Quez Watkins and his feelings again. Also, Jack Del Rio, what he had to say about the Tush push. I will go over the injury report a little bit and just update on the Eagles. But let's get straight into it. All right. So let's talk about the injury report, man. This is not the official one I usually have, but these are the guys we worried about, right? Sidney Brown, Justin Evans. So this is what Jeff McClain had to say. Sidney Brown still dealing with that hamstring, not practicing. Justin Evans had his helmet on during warm up, so that's a sign that he's practicing. I'm sorry, but Eagles take way too long to come out with the injury report, so I had to grab some from reporters. Neither practice Thursday, though, which is a typical sign or typically a sign that they would not be ready Sunday. So I know Nick Sirianni was asked about it earlier today during his press conference. He said we'll be ready, like we'll be ready to go. We will be fine. We cross train guys. He said something in that matter. So he's somewhat alluding to these guys might not play, but I wouldn't be surprised if Justin Evans is active and is like one of those emergency guys just in case somebody go down, or he's our last option, or we put like Keely Ringo or something back there. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do as far as the safety position. Again, that's the only position I'm really worried about, because one thing I could say about Sam Howell, he will hang in the pocket and see if he could get somebody open deep. That's why he's been sacked so many times. But I don't know if he'll be able to do that against us. But if he had that opportunity, I am worried that the safeties won't hold up, or it'll be a lot of busted coverage, because you'll have guys there who didn't really get as much play time. Like, imagine if Eli Ricks or something had to play safety. He ain't really get no play time as safety. Even Keely Ringo, like, he ain't get much play time at safety. So again, Nick Sirianni said we're gonna be good, so I'll take his word on it. But let's get into the topics. Quez Watkins is in his feelings. He's in his feelings, man. So this is what he put on Twitter, right? It was like a gif of like SpongeBob doing let me show you my face, like just talk. So the talk around town is that, yo, Zacchaeus had one hell of a game. Is it time to replace Quez Watkins? I would say no, don't replace him, because I still like, even if Quez is not the slot receiver we want him to be, but if you need Devontae Smith or AJ Brown to take a breather, I trust Quez Watkins on the outside more than I trust Zacchaeus, Britton Covey, or Devin Allen. So no, I don't think we should get rid of him unless the trade is right. Like Arizona, Buda Baker, like Tennessee Titans and Bayard, something like that. It definitely have to be right for us to move him. But nah, don't get rid of him. Don't get rid of him at all. Quez to me can still play ball, in my opinion, and his speed still creates spacing for AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, because even when you look at last game, as good as Zacchaeus played, because he's not as fast as Quez, it's like the spacing for Devontae Smith and AJ Brown was very different. Even though AJ Brown had his game, but you could tell the spacing was very different. What I like about Zacchaeus is that he's a slot receiver, so when the play breaks down, he knows what to do to get open. Like, he know how to find the zone. He's a better route runner than Quez Watkins. He just got those attributes better for that spot than Quez Watkins. But again, if AJ Brown or Devontae Smith need a breather, Quez will be a good substitute. And you got to remember too, Quez had his best season as an outside receiver playing beside Devontae Smith. Now, them two were never going to be how AJ and Devontae Smith are. That's why we had to go get AJ Brown. And we thought, oh yeah, Quez was fantastic on the outside. You move him to the inside and you just throw the ball to him when his name called, he will be great. But that haven't been the case. He showed that he's struggling. The only thing right now he creates is just spacing. Like sometimes he can be a liability, like last year catching the ball. But so far, when the ball came his way, the little amount of times he caught it. I gotta give him props for that. When the ball went his way, he caught it. So I just don't like when Quez do this. Like I don't like when he do this, but he's definitely in his feelings. Or, you know, some people could say maybe it's about the tush push thing. That's why he's doing that, because a lot of the media been talking about it. But nah, the way this tweet dropped, I think it was more about the Zacchaeus thing starting over him. And I don't like that he's going at Zacchaeus like this, because he's been doing this since we signed him. It's like at the end of the day, he's still your teammate. If that's the case, I could be totally wrong. But if that's the case, Zacchaeus is still your teammate. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So I personally don't like if he's attacking his teammate. It is what it is. Like Zacchaeus is a better wide receiver 3. But it'd be interesting what the Eagles do, because Quez was in for full participation. I wouldn't be surprised if the Eagles put him out there. And if he don't have the stats like Zacchaeus, I know a lot of fans are going to be mad. But with Quez, you have to watch the all 22 to see what he does for the outside receivers. He does wonders for the outside receivers because of his speed. All right, let's get into the next topic. New punter. I'm gonna keep this one short, I guess. So the Eagles are working out a new punter named Luke. I'm gonna call him Luke L. I don't want to botch his last name. Interesting, because I haven't really seen enough to call Brandon Mann like, oh, we made a mistake, or for the Eagles to hurry up and go out and work out a new punter. I wonder, do the Eagles really like Brandon Mann? The one punt he did, I think it was like 1 or 2 punts. They wasn't too bad. I mean, I wasn't like, oh man, we made a mistake. They were decent punts. Like I don't know why the Eagles are working out a new punter, but I guess the Eagles this year are taking special teams very serious. I like it. I like that Brenton Covey stepping his game up. I like that Aaron Sippos, when they seen it, like, nah, he's not getting any better. We made the move, and hell, they on Brandon Mann head. You mess up if you want. We have a new punter, so we're taking special teams very serious. The things we somewhat complained about last year, I could say the Eagles are cleaning up. We complained about the special teams. They've been looking good. We complained about the run defense. Been wonderful. All the other stuff is going to get itself together. Like the offense is going to get itself together. The pass defense is definitely going to get itself together, man. And I don't even think the pass defense is that bad, because people go back to the Vikings game, but come on. We missed most of our secondary, and Avonte Maddox got hurt that game. But now you see, like, the secondary is somewhat back. Of course, Avonte Maddox is probably going to miss the rest of the year. You see, we can catch interceptions and do things like that. But back to the punter, yeah, I simply don't get it. I don't. I really don't. But again, Brandon Mann, if you mess up, got a new punter in town. He's working out. All right. And lastly, let's get into what Jack Del Rio had to say about the tush push.
Running backs coming behind him, kind of pushing Jalen forward.
The push play.
The tush push, yes. Just kind of curious your thoughts on it, if you think it's legal or how it should be handled.
Well, it's not being officiated as illegal, so we just have to prepare for it. I mean, I would personally like to see it eliminated, not just because they run it better than anybody, although they do run it better than anybody, but I don't think that's a football play. I think it's a nice rugby play. And it's not what we're looking for in football. But until it's outlawed, we'll prepare for it and get ready to do our best to stop it.
All right, you hear him. He says it should be banned. He don't really like it. Another guy speaking out about this. Yeah, we should do the tush push about 15 to 20 times against these guys. We should just do it to troll the NFL at this point. Let's just do it, because most of these dudes are complaining. Again, social media wasn't out. People said, well, in 08 it was out. Sure, it was, but in 08 is social media was as strong as it is now. People don't even buy newspapers no more. You just go on Twitter. Hell, you go on Twitter, look up articles, and you read it that way. Whereas though when Tom Brady was doing it, it was applauded. When we're doing it, it's look like, oh, it's rugby, it's this, it's that. And Jason Kelsey says something that I totally agree with. Totally agree with. He like, yo, NFL steals stuff from all other sports. Triangle offense, spacing. That's all like basketball stuff. Yeah, the NFL just steal stuff from other sports, implemented in football. What, the pick when you free up the wide tight end or wide receiver? Where that came from? That came from basketball. When you post the guy up and go up for the ball, that came from basketball. So us possibly getting something for rugby, why does that hurt so much? It's because we're succeeding at it, and honestly, to me, I think it's because we're succeeding at it and other teams are not. If the Bucks was just as good as the Eagles, that Bucks fan wouldn't have said anything. I'm just keeping it real. And JJ Watt said the realest thing, like, unpopular opinion, even if the Eagles wasn't pushing Jalen Hurts in the back, it'd still be as successful because Jalen Hurts is a strong guy and we have the best O-line. So if you ban it, we just gonna run a regular QB sneak and you guys are gonna be mad at that. But hey man, what do you think and how do you feel about the news today? Jack Del Rio, the new punter, Quez Watkins, the injury report. More news come out today. I'll try to make a video later at night or probably early tomorrow morning since I'm gonna be very busy Saturday. Yeah, I might shoot one tonight. Schedule it for tomorrow. Have something just playing while I'm planning stuff, doing stuff with the family. But this is Eagle Al. I'm up.